Hello everyone, welcome you all to the investment management class. Today I am going to start the unit 4, that is fundamental and technical analysis. So once we understand the basic elements of investment in the first unit, and simultaneously in the second unit the risk and return, and the third unit that is valuation of security. So the next one is analysis of factors before we invest the money. So that is called as fundamental and technical analysis. So as an investor, we have to consider those factors before we invest the money into stock market. So before we invest the money on any kind of securities, maybe equity shares or a preference shares or bonds or mutual funds or derivatives. So any kind of securities, before we invest the money, we have to analyze some of the factors, whether it is really economical for us or not. So based on the economical worthiness, we are going to start the investment on different modes of investment. So we call it as analysis on fundamental and technical perspective. So the unit 4 is fundamental and technical analysis. So first let us understand what do you mean by fundamental analysis. So fundamental analysis, as the name indicate, the fundamental analysis means the basic factors to be analyzed, to be examined before we invest the money on the marketable securities or on the stock market. So before we invest the money, the primary factors we have to analyze. Okay, so based on that we are going to invest the money. So here the fundamental analysis means the intrinsic value of an equity shares. The intrinsic value of an equity shares depends on the multitude of factors. The earnings of the company and the growth rate of the company and the risk exposure of the company have a direct bearing on the price of the shares. So that we are going to understand in the fundamental analysis. So in the fundamental analysis, the intrinsic value of equity shares depends on the earnings of the company, growth rate of the company and risk exposure of the company. So based on that, the share price goes up and comes down. So on that basis we are going to invest the money. So those things we have to identify and we have to examine before we start the investment. So these factors in turn rely on the host of other factors like economic environment in which they function, the industry belong to, and finally the company own performance. And the fundamental school of thought appraise the intrinsic value of equity shares or intrinsic value of shares in terms of so many kinds of analysis. So in the fundamental analysis, the basic intrinsic value of equity shares will be understandable by the investors based on the growth rate of the company, then earnings of the company and the risk exposure of the company. So along with this we also understand different factors for investing the money. So those factors are in fundamental analysis. So in order to see the intrinsic value, in order to identify in order to find out the or identify the intrinsic value of shares, so many factors we are going to analyze here. Okay, so in that we have economic analysis, this is also comes under fundamental analysis. Then we have industry analysis, and we also have company analysis. Okay, so initially in the fundamental analysis we identify the intrinsic value of shares, okay, on the basis of basis of first one growth rate of company, then the earnings of the company, okay, then risk exposure. So later on, along with these three, we also consider the analysis of like economic factors, then industry factors and the company factors. So based on that, we are going to identify how it is helpful for our investment. Okay, that is we are going to understand. So here we have so many like components in the economic analysis. We have so many components in the economic analysis. The level of economic activity has an impact on the environment. In the economic analysis, the level of economic activity has an impact on investment in many ways. In many ways it impacts. So if the economy grows rapidly, the industry can also be expected to show rapid growth and vice versa here. So if the economy is growing, then that represent the industry also growing and the investment also growing. Simultaneously, if it is like towards backward, obviously the everything's also vice versa. So when the economic activity is low, the stock price are also low, and when the level of economic activity is high, the stock prices are also high. So that reflecting the prosperous outlook for sales and profit of the firm. The analysis of macroeconomic environment is essential to understand the behavior of stock market. Okay, so in order to understand the behavior of the stock market, the economic analysis is most important. The economic analysis is most important. So in the economic analysis, so we are going to identify the economic activities of the business, in terms of like different factors. So in terms of different factors, so that we understand later on. So different factors we are going to understand. So based on that, we are going to determine the price of the stock. So based on that, we are going to determine the price of the stock, whether it is increased or decreased. Okay, so when the economy has a like high growth, obviously the share price also high, and if the economy is having the low growth, obviously the share price also having the low growth. So that is the thing we have to analyze in the economic analysis. So here there are so many factors. To understand in the economic analysis. So here we have different types of factors. So economic analysis factors are, so we have GDP. So we have like a gross domestic product factor for economic analysis. Then we have savings and investment. Savings and investment also one of the factor comes under economic analysis. Then we have inflation. Inflation also it's a economic variable or economic factors to be consider for investing the money. Then we have interest rates, ups and downs in the bank interest rates also to be considered. Then we have budgets, like whatever we have state government budgets and the central government budgets, that is also to be considered. Then the tax structure, both corporate tax and individual tax will be considered. Then we have the BOP, that is the balance of payment. So whatever happens in the international trade in terms of export and imports, so we may get sometimes deficits or savings, that is also influence on the investment. So before we invest the money, we just check it out. Then we have monsoon and agriculture. Monsoon and agriculture also influence on the investment we have to consider in the economic analysis. Okay. Then we have infrastructure. Infrastructure facilities. So we have infrastructure facility. Then finally we have demographic factors. Demographic factors. Okay, these are the factors we have to consider in the economic analysis. So in the economic analysis, the economic growth rate of the country to be considered, the economic growth rate of the country to be considered. So based on that, we can start our investment in the stock market. Okay, these are the factors we supposed to consider. Okay, these are the factors we have to consider. Okay, so in that first one, GDP. Okay, GDP growth rate. GDP growth rate, that is gross domestic product. The total goods and services produced, whatever we have a goods and services. So that is total of that is called as gross domestic product. So whatever we have the growth rate of GDP also to be considered for our investment. If the GDP growth is positively growing, that represent the economy is growing, and obviously that is interrelated with the stock market behavior. The stock market also moving towards upward. Okay, so based on that we start the investment and we get the return from the stock market. Then second one, savings and investment. Savings and investment hobbies or habits of the society also most important. So if the society has more and more savings and investment in terms of maybe bank deposits or post office deposits, that is interrelated with the stock market, again invested into the stock market in terms of equity shares, preference shares, mutual funds, then derivatives or any other form of investment if you have done it in the stock market. So that is also one of the factors to be considered. So if you have more savings and investment pattern in the economy, so obviously that leads to increase in the price of the share. So we can say that there is a positive upwards movement in the stock market. Then next, inflation. The inflation rate also most important. So what do you mean by inflation? Inflation means the prices are rising in the economy. The value of the money is falling, but the prices are rising. Okay, so we have too much of money in our country, but money does not have a value, but the prices are increasing. So if you have if the country has the more inflation rate, that may be harmful to the investment. So because the currency appreciation will be there, but the number of participants will be more. So maybe we have sudden decline in the share price of the company. So obviously that is interrelated with the stock market behavior. So we have to consider that also. Then later on we have interest rate. So interest rates of bank. So it is based on the rules and regulation of Reserve Bank of India. So Reserve Bank of India specifies the percentage of interest rate on different types of loan. So whenever the banks sanctions the loans to the public, so the public, if the borrowers are more, so obviously the interest rate will goes up, isn't it? So based on the policy, lender and borrower policy, the interest rate will be fixed by the Reserve Bank of India. That will be followed by all commercial bank. So that is also most important here. So if the interest rates goes up, so that may harmful to the investors to invest the money in the stock market. Then we have a budget. So budget means central government, the state government budget. So in the budget, some of the like a portion of the like revenue or the cost like they associate with the stock market or share market. Okay, so there we have to consider that also, how they have allocated the funds on the stock market or investment, how they have allocated, that's also most important. So whether there are any kind of special provisions for the investment on banks or deposits, bank deposits or a post office deposit. So we have to consider that also. Then the tax structure, the tax structure of the country also most important. So if you are individual, how much you are earning and how much you are paying the tax. If you are belong to the like corporate, so how much corporate tax you are paying and how much dividend tax you are paying. So that is also most important. The how much they have fixed the government, that is really interrelated with investment. Next, the BOP, the balance of payment. The balance of payment means like the total import and export of the country. So it may generate deficits or a saving. So if the like BOP generating the deficits, obviously that may leads to decrease in the like what the Sensex or the market price of the particular stock market. So that's also interrelated. So obviously when the market price comes down, the company's share price also comes down. If it generates the savings, okay, or a surplus, sorry, not saving, it's a surplus, so obviously that is also having the positive growth towards the investment market. Then we have monsoon and agriculture. So agriculture directly, indirectly influence on the industry. So industry depend on the agriculture. Some of the agricultural products are used for the like industry manufacturing. So if you take food industry, okay, or a chemical industry if you consider. So like agriculture and industries are interrelated. So if there is a production and supply from agriculture, there is a production and supply from the industry, or vice versa. So agriculture obviously depends on the monsoon. So monsoon like sometimes like gives very good growth in the agriculture, and vice versa sometimes may not. So that is interrelated with the industry performance. So we have to consider monsoon with agriculture and agriculture with industry. Then infrastructure facility like transportation maybe for the agriculture, okay, in order to supply the like produced goods from village to city, and how they have how government has given the infrastructure facility. Okay, so that interrelated with industry and industry interrelated with the investment, that is also most important. Then demographic factors like society, the societal factor like demographic factors which include like the population of the country or population of the particular state or a particular like region. So like male how much, female how much, okay, then their societal factors also influence on the like industry, and industry influence on the stock market behavior. So all these are the economic factors we have to consider before we invest the money. So economic analysis is the fundamental analysis we have to consider for our investment. This is called as economic analysis. Okay, I hope you understood. These are the factors. Please write down these factors. Sometimes they may ask you for 7 months. Next, moving on to industry analysis. Industry analysis. So in the fundamental analysis, once you done the economic analysis, then the second one is industry analysis. So industry means what? The group of firm. It's a group of firm. Okay, so if you consider telecommunication industry, there are so many company. If you consider food industry, in that there are so many company, like we have Nestle, we have Ucard, we have Pristine. Okay, there are so many company comes under food industry. And if you consider software industry, it's a bigger. So in that we have so many company, like we have Infosys, we have TCS, we have Wipro, so many kinds we have. Okay, so all group of firms together we call it as industry. The industry analysis also most important. So before we invest the money in the stock market on any company, okay, so we have to consider that companies belong to which industry. Okay, and then industry background we have to consider. So how, when it was originated, then growth of the industry, how it's grown from origin to till now, and what is the trend. So, whether it is increased revenue and sales or profitability increased or not, we have to consider. Then how it is like contributing to the economy, the contribution of the particular industry on the economic growth rate, like maybe in terms of GDP, how it is contributing, how much it is contributing to the society, or you can say it's a government, and also how it is contributing to the public in terms of creating employment opportunity. Okay. So, those things we have to consider. So, the industry background, industry growth, okay, then industry contribution. Okay. So, those things we have to consider before we invest the money. So, an industry is a group of firms that have similar technological structure of production and produce similar products. So, it includes so many kinds. Okay. It includes background of the company, then growth of industry, then industry life cycle also we have to understand. So, there are so many kinds of factors in the industry analysis. Okay. So, industry analysis which includes growth, it includes, first you write background, okay, then it includes growth, then contribution for Indian economic development, and industry life cycle. Okay. So, these are like the components of industry analysis. If they ask for 3 marks, what are the components of industry analysis, we have to write these 4. So, background, we have to consider the origin of the industry, when it was originated, means when it was started the industry, the growth, the trend of the industry, then the contribution of industry for Indian economic development. So, in terms of GDP, in terms of employment opportunity, we assess. Then industry life cycle. So, industry life cycle also one of the major like component we have to consider in the industry analysis. So, industry start from like introduction and it ends with decline. So, in between like introduction and decline, there are so many stages are coming in the industry analysis. Okay. So, let us understand the industry analysis. So, we have understood these 3. Moving on to industry life cycle. Okay. So, every industry has a life cycle, how the product has a life cycle, or how human has a life cycle. Like if it comes to human, so first is like birth stage, then childhood, then young stage, then middle age, then old age, then death. How it has the same thing, the industry also has the different stages. Industry also has different stages. So, let us write down the industry life cycle. So, industry life cycle which includes industry life cycle. Okay. We have 4 stages in the industry life cycle. Okay. So, it start from pioneering stage, then it will go to growth stage, then maturity, then you can take one more stage, that is stabilization, you can take it, or Lastly, we have a decline. You start from 0 to introduction, introduction to growth, growth to maturity, the stabilization almost similar to maturity, suddenly it will decline. Okay. So, these are the stages in industry life cycle. Okay, these are the stages. It's a like pioneering stage or introduction stage, growth, maturity, stabilization, decline. It's a time, and you can say sales and revenue, sales and profitability, you can take it. Zero to X, 0 to Y. So, P stand for pioneering stage or introduction stage. Second one, growth stage. Third one, maturity stage. Stabilization stage. Last one, decline. Okay, these are the different stages in industry life cycle. These are the different stages in industry life cycle. So, industry start from the introduction. So, introduction means like there we can, that is also called as the pioneering stage. Okay. So, in the pioneering stage, the industry newly entering into the market. So, nobody aware about the industry, it is new to the market. Okay. So, there we have to give some advertisement about the industry to the like public or customers. So, who are the like users of the product in the particular industry and how it is benefited to the society. Those things we have to do it in terms of advertisement and the publicity. Usually the sales and the revenue, or you can take profitability, is very lesser in the growth in the first stage, in the introduction stage or in the pioneering stage. And after that, once you start giving publicity and the advertisement, the industry go upwards to growth stage. So, in the growth stage we can see the industry is growing. So, customers are aware about the industry, and users or whoever you can take business people are aware about the industry. So, it is moving towards up. So, it is positive, everything is positive. And in the maturity stage, it is in the peak level, the industry went to the peak level, the customers and the investors, everyone are aware about the industry. So, industry in the boom stage, like actually. So, the revenue or the sales or the investment, the company share price or the company market capitalization, everything is going up. Okay. So, it is maximum, it is maximum kind of revenue generated in the particular industry. So, GDP growth rate and contribution to the Indian economic development is very good in the maturity state. Then stabilization. So, stabilization means it is a saturation kind, like the industry start declining, slowly it start. So, it may be constant in the maturity level, but simultaneously start like reducing or declining, that is called as stabilization. Then declining means like there the complete industry comes down, maybe due to some reason, lack of publicity or lack of information sharing, maybe some kind of illegal issues in the industry or anything it may be. So, due to some reason industry start declining it, that is called as declining stage. So, these are the different stages in the industry life cycle we have to consider before investing the money. So, which company, which industry you have consider, that particular industry currently is in which level, whether it is in pioneering or growth or maturity or saturation or stabilization or decline. So, we have to understand carefully and then we have to invest the money. Okay, so, these are the components of economic analysis. First, background, growth, contribution and industry analysis. So, in the today's session, we have understood these topics. Okay, so, what is it? Fundamental analysis, meaning we understood fundamental analysis means what? It is an analysis of the intrinsic value of the shares or particular equity shares or preference shares based on the growth rate of the company, earnings of the company and risk of the company, risk exposure of the company. So, again in depth we do in the fundamental analysis in terms of industry analysis, economic analysis, industry analysis and company analysis. In the economic analysis we consider these factors and in the industry analysis we consider 4 components. This is about economic analysis and industry analysis. Okay. So, in the industry analysis we have a different factors again we have to consider, that I will do it in the next session. Thank you.